Welcome to another stream of the Gaming Kitchen. Welcome one, welcome all. I am back and inching closer to finally finishing this massive project that the collective Saga edition version of Memorial Stadium. I am now on 1970, and I will be soon finishing up with this. But one thing I will do, excuse me, is I will have to go back to the older versions and just retrofit it. So basically cut out some stuff. The new parking lot, which I had to put into because of memory, is obviously at full capacity. So today, bring up MLB The Show 24 lawsuit. Bring up MLB The Show 24 lawsuit. So there's a topic that's been going around. KDJ TV talked about it earlier today. I watch his channel from time to time. I don't watch it that much because basically his stuff is very Diamond Dynasty, card collector centric on MLB The Show, and well, I don't care for that mode. But nonetheless, he was talking about the discussion in which Sony Interactive is being sued by Program 15, the company that owns the Future Star Series amateur baseball development program, over alleged trademark infringement for Sony's use of the Future Star Series program as a part of popular MLB The Show video game in the suit. And so that's pretty much where it's at. And I'm going to give a take because I watched KG TV's video, and I agree with some of his takes, and there's some takes in which I don't necessarily agree with, and I'm going to get to that point fresh and hot on the option right here, right now, and I'll tell you what I don't agree with. It gets near the end of the video, and he's talking about stubs and he's talking about stubs, and he's talking about like how, not to sound paranoid or conspiracy theorist, to paraphrase him and to spark a note his video, he's talking about the emphasis on this paranoia that MLB The Show is going in the direction of basically in a theory of pay to play. These are topics in which, by the way, folks, if anybody's here listening, I've talked about on my channel for years and years and years and years. In fact, I have talked about it in these streams more recently. And of course, he takes the more pedestrian, no speculation, not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but the fact of the matter remains is that it doesn't look like this, but is MLB The Show and Sony Interactive trying to, by any means necessary, stay in the green? And with this lawsuit, is it going to hit them in the pockets to where it's detrimental to the point where it costs layoffs and all that type of stuff with SDS? And he doesn't want to speculate in the sense that of it being this thing that I've always talked about, where if you pay attention enough, you will see that, and I truly do mean this from the bottom of my heart, you will truly see that the direction of sports video gaming is heading towards microtransactions, pay to play, taking your stub cards, taking all the things in which you've worked hard and scrapped for free, ultimately going to be bundled up in your packages and paid for with stubs. My brother in Christ, I must say this. I can only speculate. I am not a truth sayer. I am not a tea leaf reader, if you must. But my response to him in regards to what he mentioned was he didn't think that this was conspiracy theory territory or anything like that. My response to him is, where have you been? I understand his professionalism. I admire his professionalism, especially when it comes to this category of, commenting on the gaming community and things such as that. But to sit with this video and to wholeheartedly believe in your heart of hearts that MLB The Show is made up by people who are entirely different from those who make NBA 2K and who make Madden to be sorely different. Now, I'm not going to assume for him. This is my initial response upon hearing his take on everything is, when he said what he said, not to be speculative or not to think that this is, going down the path of them deliberately monetizing their card systems. I can honest to God tell you, as a gamer who has been here since I was 16 years old, it has been now 20 years since we have had multiple sport games on multiple platforms. I am here to tell you that, yes, that is the direction that they are going. It is not the fault of the programmers. Ramon, who does SDS and does all this type of stuff, that the current direction in which this game is going into can be seen a mile away. I have said this for months. I have said this for weeks. I will continue to say this for years. And it is time for those in the YouTube MLB The Show community to wake up. Is this a game worth playing? I think it's still good. I think it's still understandably great in the sense of being able to build ballparks and to collect baseball cards. But most of the outrage this year has stemmed from the fact of people not getting their way in regards to these cards. And I'm here to tell you, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, ladies and gents. So that lawsuit stems from they're trying to have a case of infringement and things such as that in the article. Go over there, check out his video. He'll tell you my just response to his video or anybody else's video who is coming out in regards to this is you don't need to have tinfoil on your hat. You don't need to be a conspiracy theorist. You don't need to try and find the grassy knoll in all of this. It's very plain and it's very simple, and it's been out in the open since the start. That obviously there is a direction in which this game wants to go in regards to microtransactions for it to become a pay-to-play. Do not let your love for this game blind you from understanding that this dynamic is the forefront of the direction in which gaming is heading, ladies and gents. That is where we are at. I have said this for years and years and years on my videos. Justice C, welcome to the stream. This is a talking conversation about Sony being sued for infringement, trademark infringement, over MLB The Show's use of Future Stars program. It was covered in a YouTuber's video earlier. What I'm trying to talk about here is the direction in which this is all going into, for people to understand and to see how this was where it's coming from all along. How this year people who are participating in their card buying and stuff are starting to realize that, cards are harder to get, why there are stubs there, and all these types of things. And what I'm trying to do is tell people who watch these YouTubers, hey, it's always been there, my guy. It's always been there. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Do not be, alarmed. But the issue with MLB The Show is the same issue with EA Sports, is the same issue with 2K. Is that you have an entity here that is telling the other people how to manage their stuff and what to do. And unfortunately, the people who get blamed are your programmers, are your people who make these games, are your people who participate in this stuff. What I would like to convey to everybody who is a willful participant and is willing to listen is the following. This is the following. They don't have to, they don't have to listen. I've been on YouTube since 2006. I've been watching YouTube, came across it in 2006. I've been here 2 years after the exclusive rights were taken by EA Sports. I was here when a lot of these YouTubers were in middle school and coming up in high school when I was an adult. And I'm here to tell you, nothing's new under the sun, ladies and gents. And that's my discussion. That is my reach to people who are watching these YouTubers when they tell you not to panic or tell you that, things are a little bit different. I'm here to tell you they're not going to get different. The reason why you have such a big outrage by certain people now within the MLB The Show community is because these people delve and dwell within the card community. These are people who are fans of the MLB The Show card collectibles. Videos of collecting cards over and over and over and over again. And that is one of the only things that is important to these people. And the reason why they have such a disdain for MLB The Show now is because their mode is now impacted. I'm here to tell you that this mode in which you guys believe has been impacted, and this is my mixture of me just coming up here and just preaching it and telling it like it is, and just telling all of you that the issue that these people have, and I just want to preface this before I get into this conversation and say what I'm going to say. These people are entitled to feel the way they feel about this game. They are entitled to have the stances that they have about this game because this is a game that's important to them. Their mode is important to them. That being said, the only reason why these YouTubers now are making videos about having issues with this game is because their mode now is impacted. Their mode is impacted. And I'm telling you guys, and I've told you, and I've made videos about it. I don't want to keep saying it because that's annoying to keep saying. But I've told you guys this in videos that I used to do back in the day with Madden and Star Wars Battlefront and stuff. If you guys want to see the videos, check them out. I mention all of that because of the very following thing. Is that I knew, and I'm not no grand, wizard or anything like that, is that you can see the direction of where these games are heading a mile away. Do not be blinded by the fact that SDS is a company you like or love. Do not be blinded. I have 2,000 followers on TikTok. They follow me on TikTok. I don't care. I'm going to tell it like it is. SDS, at the end of the day, is a company. It is not the programmer's fault for why it is the way that it is. It's Sony. And unfortunately, your game programmers and your gamers all suffer because of greed. It has always been about greed. It will always be about greed. I have it. I want more. I have more. I need more than what I have more of. That is greed. And SDS is no different than EA, and they're no different than 2K. The only difference is that it's taking SDS longer than what it has taken all the other ones that have fallen prey to the greed machine. Because these companies sit up here on end with their three-piece suits, and they say to themselves, we're losing money. What do we do in order to make money and stay in the green? And all the people who are intelligent and all the people who can give them the right answers, you, me, JDTV, whoever talks about MLB The Show, they don't listen to them. The survey comes out in order for people to find out, like, if they like the direction that things are going in. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't need a survey to fill that out and tell people. You don't need any of those things to come out and tell people, hey, I don't like the current direction in which this game is going in. Those people have already gotten a survey. It's called forums. The programmers are on the forums. They've always been on the forums. They stay on the forums. In Operation Sports, I used to talk to them back in the day. I got mail to prove it and inboxes to prove it. And I've been on Operation Sports since I was 18, 19 years old. And I'm a 36-year-old man now. Okay? Not to tell on myself, not to self-report, my AARP status. But I'm telling you, this is where it's going. This is the nature of things. And when you have companies that do this, they will eventually do it. So surveys, all this type of stuff, everything. Look, surveys are well and good. Surveys are nice. But you know what else is better than a survey? You're listening to the people who have been trying to tell you for years and years and years, hey, dog, I don't like the direction in which this is going. No, I wouldn't be a good lawyer. I don't care to lie my whole entire career. You got to be a ruthless person to be a lawyer. That's what people don't understand. You got a killer instinct. I used to work in sales. To be honest with you, and I got out of it because I valued my soul. I can't do sales and I can't be a lawyer. I can't sit up there and haggle wash people and make money. It ain't me. But here's my thing. And this is what I'm saying in all of this. Is that SDS is no different than anybody else. The only difference is that you have love for them. And your love for them blinds you. But I'm here to tell you, it's going there. And I've said it in this stream. I've said it in other streams. I'm going to continue to say it until it's not true anymore. The fact of the matter remains is this. These cards that people are complaining about now, and like I said before, I hate to sound cynical about this, but I find it really funny that now people have problems with MLB The Show when their precious little card program is now messed up. Now their eyes are open that, hey, something's wrong here. Sony's greedy. Sony's this. I said this for years. I said the card system is BS. I said this game is too centric on card programs. Card programs and all this nonsense about collecting cards and collecting cards and collecting cards. Do you really think that they're going to let you play with Derek Jeter and Jason Giambi? What's up, Sue? You really think they're going to let you play with Jason Giambi and all that type of stuff for free? They got to make money. And so this is the current state of gaming. This is how you navigate and move with it. And my honest to God solution to all of this is the same as always. I love this game. You love this game. Everybody loves this game. We love this game for different reasons. We love this game for different reasons. But we've also came from an era where this wasn't possible. We came from an era where if you brought a Star Wars game, your Star Wars games were full. You didn't have to pay $135 to get bonus content and all that type of stuff. And I said this in previous videos, that the reason why people hate and loathe this DLC stuff is because the DLC stuff is not meant to add to a game or enhance a game that's already great. It's a part of what makes the game great now. And so when Sony and all of them look up here and talk about how do we get out of the red, how do we get in the green, how do we sell more of our products, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, SDS. I'll tell you how to do it, Sony. You don't need to pay me. It's the most easiest advice that I can give. Here's what you can do. Okay? This is what you can do. Number one, start listening to your community. If you care to listen, they will care to hear you. Start listening to your community. The reason why you stay in the red is not because you're not selling enough cards. You're in the red because you are giving a product to people that no one responds to anymore or no one is familiar with anymore. It's the same thing the NFL is doing. It's the same exact thing the NFL is doing. Retired NFL players will tell you straight up that this isn't the same league that they played in. Fans will tell you that this isn't the league that they were fans of. People who go to games will tell you this isn't the league that we are accustomed to. But they're not going to listen to you if you continue to buy the game. You buying the game, you buying the product, you doing those things is a collective effort to consent to what they do. But that's not our fault. The fault lies with the CEOs and lies with people who sit up there in their offices and say, well, our game is doing bad. Why is our game doing bad? Well, according to this, that, this is the problem. Well, I know what will solve the problem. What will solve the problem? Why don't we sell cards? And that word goes all the way down to the people who program this game and make this game. And guess what? They don't have any say except to do what they're told to do. So you can't fault them. I don't get on here. I don't slander anybody. I don't talk bad about any of them. Those programmers are hard workers. They do the best that they can do, however they can do. The problem is with the business people. And that's why for years and years and years, people have complained about franchise mode lacking in this game. They complain about Road to the Show lacking in this game. They complain about the stadium builder mode in this game. But those people didn't care because Diamond Dynasty was perfectly fine. And it's like, listen, I tell people over and over and over and over again, I'll say it over and over and over again. If we all live in the same apartment complex and you have a mouse infestation, best believe you will have a mouse infestation, I will have a mouse infestation, and anybody who lives within this vicinity will have a mouse infestation. It is not a you problem. It is a we problem. So if my mode is being neglected and being thwarted for something else, best believe your mode is going to be thwarted and neglected for something else. And what you're seeing right now is these types of things. I don't want to see MLB The Show fail. I don't want to see MLB The Show do bad. I want to see this be the best product you can possibly find on this earth. But the question is, do they want those things? And if they do, good. That's awesome. That's the direction you got to go in if you guys want that to happen. But it's not going to happen if, you keep selling these stubs. That's why I'm so shocked. And I'm like, my brother in Christ, how do you not see this coming? Like, you literally can go and buy stubs for like $100 and some bucks. And the stubs used to be for boosting up your player. But now it's gotten to buying all these packs and buying all this stuff. And it's like, wow, like you buy all these cards for whom? For what? For what case? For what cause? Thanks, 221 was in here. Welcome to the stream. I'm just building another ballpark. I'm wrapping up Memorial Stadium soon. I'm already going through the 70s right now. So all I got to do is build a custom scoreboard, get the outfield stuff going. To anybody who is playing this is going to be a massive, massive, massive legacy collection. I'm going from 1950 to 1991. There may be, if I have enough time, the bonus ones that were never in reality. There's the 1985 concept that was used for this. The last version in which I'm contemplating to use is the 1993 version, which was home to the Bowie Bay Sox. It was the first inaugural season of the Bowie Bay Sox, and they used Memorial Stadium until Prince George's Stadium was built in Bowie, Maryland. So that is where I'm going. I'm going all the way through, and I may do the current condition of where Memorial Stadium is at, but that would probably be done later on. But the biggest bulk of work is done now. So we are. I'm literally like, I'm literally with insight of getting this done, and I'll be here till 5 p.m. because your boy is going to the gym. I have to look out for my health as well as I've gotten older. So that's where I'm at. Thank you all for coming in. I'm not, I did not want to say all that to be hostile or negative, but just to talk about the current state of the gaming world and where we are at and what we can do. And so I don't like talking about problems without offering prescriptions. The prescription in this situation and what we can do as consumers is voice your concerns, write your concerns, but more importantly, if you have to vote with your wallet, vote with your wallet. And the only way to vote with your wallet is to not buy or support a product that will not buy or will not listen or support you. And I'm telling you, you can see the tide coming where this game is going the same way that Madden has went, where you are now dealing with a game that is obviously telling you the direction, okay? The direction in which things are going to. I actually would do that, Max, but the problem is the scoreboard insignia has changed, so I got to see how much I can flirt with 97% and such. But I will say, once I get the green crap out the way, it's smooth sailing from here on out. It's smooth sailing. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. It's all smooth sailing. So let that be a lesson to you guys. You know, when you work on jobs and you see the climate and you see things change, understand it's coming. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but the writing is on the wall. And the writing is on the wall here for this place. It's on the wall for this company and this game and everything that's in the way, because everybody now wants money. You know, you're living in a different environment. You're living in a different economy. This economy's trash. And until it straightens up and flies right, everybody's going to be saying, hey, I'm broke, dog. We need money. And that's just it. So what they're going to do is they're going to prioritize all the stuff and all the things that are necessarily going to take priority. And the one thing that's going to take priority in all of this is as follows: the most that's going to bring you money. That's why I saw it and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's not me. I don't do cards like that. I don't do collectibles. You know, I'll play the mode. I'll get the players and stuff like that. But if you want me to sit up here and, you know, be card centric and do all this stuff, that's not me. Can't do it. They're appealing to a different breed of people. They're appealing to a different audience now. And that's fine. That's okay. You know, I'm an offline player mode type of person. And so, that's where I want to be at, and that's what I want to do. And, you know, I do not like the direction in which this is heading. I don't. You know, a sport game has the life cycle of about, you know, maybe about 4 or 5 months. and then you have a little bit of a little bit of time before you dip out and you go. But other than that, like, that's it. But it's certain things that they need to straighten out with this game that, after it gets straightened out, you'll be fine. Like for example, this right here doesn't make any sense. Like, why am I having issues putting this in and it's not close to the wall or anything? It's concerning. That to me is concerning. But I will say this. Because I can't drag on all the time about these types of topics. I will say this. In time, some of your favorite YouTubers who are DD-centric, who are card-centric, are going to continue producing more videos complaining about this game and the current climate that they're in. Understand one thing. These people complain and will continue to complain about a mode that is important to them. Understand that their fight for the mode that you think that they're fighting for you, understand that they have their stuff in mind. That's what they have in mind. They have their stuff in mind. So it's popular now to descent into this whole MLB The Show is not the game I grew up with. It's not the stuff I played into. There has been complaints. There has been people trying to make this thing good as possible and made suggestions as good as possible for years. This isn't anything new. But just understand that, when you guys go into this and understand that, hey, are they fighting for me, or are they happening to talk about the same game that I'm talking about? So that's where I go into and understand about this. So if anybody's new coming in, welcome. I will leave a description on the video. There is a lawsuit between a card company that is trying to or attempting to sue Sony for copyright infringement in regards to the card thing. So that's what the discussion was going on. But one of the things which I had to take umbrage with or have explanations in regards to is this newfound surprising and shock and hoping that this game will not go into the direction of, say, Madden, and the NCAA football game coming out will do the same exact thing too. Do not be fooled and think that is special and unique. It will happen there too. And that's pretty much the discussion that I'm going on. That if you think for 1 second that this game is not going to find a quick and easy way to make green from March to October, I'm here to tell you, I got a bridge to sell you. And that's that. So, just remember what I said. Be on the lookout. Because there's going to be more people coming out about MLB The Show and talking about how they're not a fan of the game and not a fan of the current climate and stuff like that. And, you know, I pride myself as a person who plays these games who, you know, I play it for the love of it. I play it for the community. I play it to teach people how to build ballparks and things like that. And, you know, like I said before, and I say it again, don't hate on the developers. Don't hate on the creators. Don't hate on any of those people. You know, you got to understand that this is a business and people are in the business of survival. And, you know, everybody up at the top from down bottom trying to find a way to stay alive and stay afloat. But it does come off rather greedy to know when to say when. That if you wish to make a profit and make a dollar, and you wish to have those things and you wish to accomplish those things, the way you accomplish them, the way you really, really, really get after it, is you create a great game that's loved by everybody and creates a cohesive unit within the community so that nobody plays a separation game. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's how you get there.
and fried them up. Despite Brian's predilection for dark humor, Ivan's mom tells investigators that she's never worried about her daughter being friends with them.
He didn't seem scary to me at the time. He just seemed unusual. Like, in the way that my nephew and other people I know that are on the spectrum are just a little unusual. Like, not a lot of eye contact, things like that. But he never struck me as scary. Like I said, I actually let my daughter and her friends, not that I was in charge of her friends, but I let her sleep over at his house, like a month, 2 months, whatever, New Year's. And his mom, as far as I know, she ran a daycare, so I thought, good kids, whatever,
Not only does Brian's mom run a daycare, she runs it out of her home. Upon discovering the severed head in her son's closet that afternoon, she had to scramble to get parents to pick up their children before calling police. Back in the interrogation room, Brian goes into further nauseating detail about the post-mortem mutilation of Warren Barnes.
Destroyed his eyes by stabbing them. And then I cut off his hands, I put those in plastic Ziploc bags. And then I cut off his right arm at this joint and at this joint. And then at this arm, I tried cutting it here, and then I tried cutting it here. But what happened was I accidentally broke his bone. This one, it was poking out. And so I left that one here, partially cut. It's right over here, bone sticking out. And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover pizza box for dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them in the back, threw a hole in the hands and head in my room. Cleaned the knife, threw away the garbage with his blood on it, and then put one stain, wasn't stained, it had splatters on it. I put it in the dish in the washing machine. What did you put in? I put the outfit I would murder in the washing machine. Yeah, sorry. In the washing machine, put it on high speed so it wouldn't affect the lever with blood. Wash his legs.
You'll notice again that not only is Brian's level of detail remarkable and disturbing, he talks about the steps he took to avoid getting caught. These will undoubtedly be important elements to any eventual prosecution as it goes to establishing his state of mind.
So you cut his arms off his hands off all that before you went home? Yeah, before I went home, I tossed the armpits around. Like, I took the right armpit, threw it out, then took the left armpit, threw it out. Went somewhere around my ribs. Yeah, but look in a, I know it can be a very wide area. You're going to want to look in a 10-foot area. So, like, this is a zoom in. So, here's the road. And here's where my corpse burns. You're going to dance corpses here.
The interview continues to get more and more bizarre. In addition to reliving the mutilation in full pantomime, Brian enthusiastically goes over the dimensions and location of the crime scene, as if he's a police lieutenant giving a briefing to his officers.
How about the property? Oh, you know, the cook is locked over here. I could have. It's no use trying to deceive. Did you through? What did you throw while you were there? There are two pieces of arm. This section and this section. There's general area. I can't say where they are.
Armed with information they've been fed from the interrogation, police officers descend on the area. There they find a scene that will no doubt haunt them for the rest of their lives.
It's right here. You can see it. Yeah. Because there's an arm.
The female cop starts to laugh when she sees an arm. It's unfortunate that the family and the court will hear this.
There's an arm, and there's another arm. Should get some pictures. There's another one. This is like something out of TV. Yeah. It's like a discussion with the deputy chief about how these kids go. Right, here's a leg. It could be the upper arm or a leg. Well, there's three. There, and there. Down there. You get the lab. That's
As police officers less than half a mile away take measure of the bleak crime scene under the bridge, Detective Norcross probes more deeply into the whereabouts of the rest of Warren Barnes' remains.
You took, was it the head in the hand? And when did you put that in?
Well, there's a 3 bodies. I just call them 3.
Okay, tell me about that.
3 days the body starts to stink. No, 3 hours, 30 more to set the body stiffens. 3 days, the body starts to stick together the composition. 3 weeks, the body is starting to seriously decompose. And 3 months, the body is then recognizable. In 3 years, it turns into a skeleton.
And may I ask how you know that?
I've always had a fascination with forensics and with anatomy and physiology. That's something I made. But that's something I don't want to sound like I invent. But that's why I call it the story of watch.
Somewhat. So,
This segment is fascinating for a number of reasons, not the least of which is the remarkable display of skill on the part of Detective Norcross, who makes Brian feel as though she's mesmerized by his account of the 3 rule. She gives him a moment of validation at the end, and Brian's satisfaction is obvious. His ego is stroked, and he feels that he's earned the approval of the detectives.
yeah, so what did you have the head and the hand? And
Yeah, the head, I took because it was starting to stink. I was planning on throwing the head and hands away on the trash bag, not in the kitchen trash. So they were both in trash bags. The head was in a trash bag, and I hid the trash bag. Hands, I put in a trash bag as well. They were in Ziploc bags. And I was planning to make some empty paint bucket. I was planning to buy an empty paint bucket, put the head in it, seal it, and then I was going to throw it off in some dish. The hands I would throw in a different spot, wherever.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I have it right. The head is inside of a trash bag.
It was.
Well, where is it now?
In the kitchen sink. My parents searched through my room and found the head's hands.
Okay, and so are the head and the hands in the kitchen sink then?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so there is a kitchen sink now, and you're going to put them down.
But they were in my closet.
As of now, investigators have only found a head, hands, and several pieces of arm. That leaves the mystery of where the rest of Warren Barnes is.
What exactly in the trash bag? White, like a kitchen one, or what, like a kitchen? White kitchen?
Like you put it in a trash can.
Yeah. And what about the hands? They were inside Ziploc, you said.
Both in the same, they both in a different trash bag.
Okay, the white kitchen trash bag.
Yes.
But now they're in the kitchen sink.
Yes. And talked about cutting ice cream cutter. I know it's not even the skull. And so, yeah, it was with the knife. I was just, you knife is like, no, but you know how to do it. So I just boil on with the process. The bones, I just practically down with everything I believe in. Okay. And I don't know what to do that. To him, actually, not particularly hard. I was just more frustrated than angry. I was at all. So if you hadn't got frustrated, wasn't sure. It sounds like we did know. Did you have a different plan? Like the original stuff. Because I always wanted to know what it felt like to hit up someone. Okay. So you know, so why did you stop? Did you stop? Because the arguments. That's it. That's all I wanted to know. Was like cutting off the leg. I'm just like,
Again, the mind reels when confronted with the nonchalant attitude Brian has toward discussing the murder and dismemberment of a human being.
and chronology and forensics are, I do not college study or school study. It's like a, I management. What were you worried about, like, the evidence behind all that? And how will it be? Tell me about that and why you did that. Well, I was figuring the police don't, this is not to be taken offense, but police, they don't seem to care as much about high-risk individuals, homeless people, prostitutes, etc. So I was deliberately looking for someone who lived that type of life. And I found a homeless person, and there is no homelessness in there. But I was worried about the fibers on the outer where that would be on his clothes and stuff. So I deliberately messed up the clothes.
This is an outstanding amount of premeditation for a youth offender. It's a shocking amount for a
Sorry, I was over here looking at this this crime thing. I was looking at this crime thing on YouTube. Weird ass world we live in, man.